Hello everyone, it's Heather, and it is our morning that we are checking out of the Hampton Inn and Suites in Corolla, North Carolina. I am all ready to go. I'm all ready and all packed up, and I'm just waiting for the kids to get ready and to get packed up, and then we are going to leave this hotel. Unfortunately, we really only had the one chance to go down and walk on the beach yesterday because the entire rest of the time we were here, it was pouring down rain. It's nice and sunny now. This would be a good time to go down there. The water's like all reflective and stuff. I'll show you in a minute. But we also ran into a problem. I don't know if I mentioned this before, that both Megan and I started bleeding in our feet, got cut from our sandals. I don't know if that's just because we're not used to wearing sandals or we were starting to get blisters or what the deal is, but we were both bleeding from our feet. Me at the back of my heel and she at the back of her heel and some of her toes. So we really don't. Oh, both of your pinky toes? It was each of her pinky toes. And so we really don't want to put our sandals back on. And I wouldn't want to walk down there with nothing on my feet. Like once you're on the sand, it's nice soft sand and you can easily go barefoot like the kids did yesterday. But I don't know how we would get down there without sandals on. So that was kind of a problem. And then the other thing that Ben and I were just talking about was the beach here is very, very nice. It's a nice, wide, very, very long, goes on forever beach, very nice, soft sand. But I don't know that this is the nicest place to swim or to go into the ocean. I guess there's a couple of reasons for that. It's pretty dark water. It's not clear. I mean, maybe some of that was because it was cloudy yesterday, but you can't see into the water at all. And so I wouldn't feel comfortable because you wouldn't be able to see anything. You wouldn't be able to see if there were fish even, or jellyfish, or rays, or sharks, or anything. You wouldn't be able to see anything. And, you know, like when we came down yesterday and I showed you the lifeguard stand, he said there were a lot of rip currents, and everywhere we go, there are warnings about rip currents. And so I don't know that it is necessarily the safest place to be going in the ocean and swimming either. And for my kids, you know, really being able to go deep into the water, like to actually, you know, get up to even waist high or chest high or something, I don't think I would feel safe doing that here. And when we were at the lighthouse yesterday, the second lighthouse, the park ranger told us that off the shore here, the reason it's such a navigational hazard and that ships have so much trouble is because the sandbars are constantly shifting under the water, and there's no way for the ships to know when that happens, and it's still really a problem. And so I imagine that could be an issue for people too, like you wouldn't know when it was going to drop off or get deep or whatever. So it's a really nice beach, but I'm not sure it's a nice place to swim in the ocean. And I would like to point out there was nobody in the water yesterday.
Except a surfer.
There was one surfer. Yeah, one surfer, or like on a bodyboard or whatever that was out there. That's it. We didn't see anybody else in the water other than like wading in the waves like we were. That was it. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing I wanted to talk about. I realized as I was thinking about it after I made the last video, what it was I was kind of expecting from this area that is not what it was. And what I envisioned was, I thought when you look at the map and you see, you know, this big long strip of land and it's very narrow, and there's these little towns every once in a while, you know, here's Duck and here's Corolla and here's Currituck. What I thought those were going to be was, I thought those were going to be little quaint, cute towns like that were walkable, and that, you know, there'd be, you know, like maybe a little town square, I don't know, or like just like a town, a little central town that you could park your car somewhere and that you could get out and walk around shops and restaurants and whatever. That's what I think I envisioned in my head. I thought it was going to be more like that. And, you know, there'd be one little town here, and then you go a ways down the road and now there's another little town. And, you know, I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, the one example I'm thinking of is Bayfield in Wisconsin. If any of you have been to Bayfield, that's what that's like. It's a little town. It's right next to the water, but it's just a little town and you can easily walk around it. You know, it's situated within a few blocks. And it wasn't like that at all. Basically, the entire length of the island that is the main part of the Outer Banks, it feels like one giant strip mall. That's kind of what it is. It's the whole thing is town, and it just goes and goes and goes, and it's all business. And yet there's no restaurants. I mean, it's very strange. It's really, really difficult for you to get out of your car. Like, even to get off that road is really hard because there's so much traffic, and maybe this is just the summer. I don't know. But like, I told the kids, like, they'd see something on the other side. They're like, oh, Mom, I think there might be a restaurant over there. But I didn't want to risk it because it would have been so hard for me to turn left and get across the lane of traffic, the oncoming lane of traffic. And then I can't even imagine how difficult it would be to have to cross both lanes of traffic and turn left to get back out the way we were going. So I said, no, we can only look on this side. That's how bad the traffic was. Even the few restaurants that we saw, like a couple, places, the parking lot, one parking lot we saw was almost practically underwater on the channel side. And the parking lot was crammed full of cars. I don't even know how you'd get in there. And so I don't know if that's like a geographic limitation because of the narrowness of the land, but there's a whole lot of land on the Atlantic side that is being taken up by all these huge houses. And I feel like in some of that space, I guess I was envisioning there would be little towns. Like, I thought Duck was going to be this cute little town that we would be able to get out and walk around and like get Ben like a cute souvenir to go with his channel and something like that. And it wasn't like that at all. And so I guess that's kind of what the impression I had in my head. And that's not what it is at all. It's just really just one big long road with a ton and ton and ton of traffic. Now on Highway 12, like the whole length of Highway 12 going from Kitty Hawk all the way up to the end, there is a path, a nice paved path along the road, I think the entire way. Although there were a couple places, maybe it's not there, that you can walk or bike. But you're just going, it's just up and down. It's just straight the whole length. It doesn't, you know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of what threw me off. It wasn't what I was expecting. And it just wasn't like what I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I'm going to show you the view outside right now, and so you can see the difference from yesterday. And then we are going to get packed up, and we are going to stop at Duck Donuts. Now, Duck Donuts is in Duck, but there's like three or four of them. We saw multiple Duck Donuts. They're like all over the place.
There's like one in Duck.
Yeah, there's one in Duck, and then there were a whole bunch like up and down the road, other places too. So that's the other thing. Like, even the local businesses here, the other one is that Great Wings, Giant Wings, Super Wings. We thought, I mean, our first thought was chicken wings. That's not what it is. It's like a surf.
No, it's like a souvenir shop.
It's like a souvenir shop or something, like with. But it's like this big tacky looking thing, and there's like 25 of them, and they're everywhere. And so, yeah, it was just really not what we were expecting. Let me show you what it's like outside today. Okay, so we're going outside. I don't have my sunglasses on. So you can hear the waves. There's where we walk to the beach. But again, you cannot see the beach. And we determined that even from the third floor above us, you probably can't see it. The dunes are just too high. You can't see the beach. You can hear the waves. I can see some waves way out there. It's still very windy. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I mean, it's the Atlantic. Europe is over there. It's the air conditioner kicking on. And actually, I don't even smell beach. I don't smell saltwater, which is weird. I feel the breeze, but it doesn't smell like the ocean to me. And I don't know if it's just being blocked by the dunes or what. And yet another problem we're running into. Nothing is open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, maybe Mondays. Like everything's only open it's all Thursday through Monday or Thursday through Sunday. So we're here on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and everything is closed. We couldn't get Duck Donuts because it was closed. It's Wednesday. So be aware of that. I don't know where all these people are going because nothing's open.